I really hope the camera doesn't fall, because if it does, well then, that would be no bueno. I have a magnet. I do have a magnet. It's already on there. Let me try that again. Oh, shoot, there's a mirror there. What is up? It's your boy Aing here, bringing to you guys a brand new freaking video, man. So look, listen, today we got a fun one. Today we got an exciting one. Today we got a banger. So it's been about a year since I've installed these Trix wheels on my Toyota Tundra. So I thought, why not make a long-term review? Oh gosh, the wind is picking up pretty hard here, mate. Frick. Can you hear me like this? But would it be weird if I recorded the video like this? Probably. So in today's video, I want to talk about how they've been long-term. I also want to answer some of the most common questions that I've seen people ask about these wheels. Also, I want to give you guys a little bit of a pros and cons list, what I like, what I dislike about the wheels. And lastly, if you're interested, I just want to talk about Trix, the company, because they're pretty sweet. I like them, and I think maybe you will too. Also, this is not a sponsored video. Trix does not know I'm making this video, and to prove it, I'll kick their wheel. Would they sponsor someone that kick a wheel? I don't think so. Just thought I'd bring it up because nowadays you really don't know if a video is sponsored or not, and I just wanted to be upfront. They have no idea I'm making this video. But if they want to sponsor me, hey, I'd appreciate it. I hope you can save me, mate. Jumping right into it, a lot of the questions online are in regards to how they do long term. So I thought I'd answer it right up front. They're great. They've been absolutely money in the year that I've had them. Let's talk about what they've gone through. Because if they sit in the garage all year, then, well, anything will do good. But I guess milk wouldn't. Milk probably wouldn't be good. Anyways, sorry. I don't know why I did that. They've seen 2 winters, because I bought them going into winter, and now this is the second one. They've also seen a lot of sand, like beach sand. They've also seen a lot of mud. And I'll be honest, I do not wash my wheels very often. So they sit in whatever, I just did. So if it's in the sand will sit there for I don't know how long. Mud, and recently salt. You guys know Virginia, salt. Whenever they say it's gonna rain, they'll just pour salt. So they've been through 2 winters and a bunch of other stuff. And the finish, after a year, looks as good as it did when they came to me. Like when I opened the box, they look just as good. There is a little bit of a minor blemish, but that is not my fault. Okay, I'm not gonna take responsibility for something that is not my fault. I was driving, I was making a U-turn, and the curb moved. Take that for what you will. It wasn't my fault. I'm not gonna blame the curb either because it probably didn't see me. The right wheel took a little bit of a hit, so that's that. I think I can fix it with Black Sharpie, but I'm also not that worried about it. They're wheels, and as long as the wheel didn't bend, which it didn't, so shout out to Trix for making a decent product. They didn't bend. They did get scuffed up a little bit, but it's all right. Question number 2 is about the specs. What specs did I go with for my wheel? So these are Trix RT105s. They are an 18x9. So 18 this way, 9 this way. Yeah. They are a +12 offset. They have them in -12 and +12, and they may have more, but I think that's all I've seen. Which is fine because those are the 2 most common. +12 kind of sticks in a little bit more, -12 will stick out a little bit more. Moving on to question number 3, what is the smallest wheel I can fit on my Toyota Tundra? Look, hey man, I don't know what to tell you. 98% of the people that watch my videos, maybe even including you, are not subscribed. Subscribe. You can fit a 17-inch wheel on your Toyota Tundra, but it gets a little sketchy. If you are a mall crawler, then run it, it'll be fine. But if you're really into like off-roading and doing a lot of stuff, I've heard, obviously I don't have experience, but I've heard that people get stuff stuck in between the wheel and the brake, and then, well, it's not a good thing to have. So 18s gives you enough clearance to not do that. As far as offset goes, +12 and -12 are like pretty up there as far as being the best. -12 is for the people that really want to show off the truck, but they don't want to do that, that cool bro stance where the wheels are freaking 2 car lengths away. -12 will poke out enough. That's what I had on my Toyota Tacoma, and it stood out and it made the truck look pretty good. But +12 sticks out a little bit, but not too much. It does throw some stuff up on the side of your truck, so if you're not into that, consider that. But it gets you away from your upper control arm. So when you lift these trucks, when you put bigger tires on, up front, what ends up happening is the wheel, depending on positive or negative offset, it may be too close to your upper control arm. If it's too close to your upper control arm, then you have to buy spacers, and then the spacers are doing what that positive 12 offset would have done or negative 12 offset would have done, pushing it away. But if you go too negative, then you start rubbing on other things like the plastic fender liner, the cab mount, and just other things there. I think it's better to move the tire out a little bit with offset versus with spacers. That's just my opinion. I've heard more bad than good about spacers, so I just don't want to run that risk. Positive 12 does that. It gets it away from the upper control arm, but it doesn't push it too much into the body mount. I hope that makes sense. Question number 4 is, how will the wheels affect my performance? Now, I did see a performance gain, but hear me out. The wheels are lighter than stock, and I went with the cheapest tire that I could find, $400 installed. So $400 installed on a truck like this, you guys know, those tires are pretty cheap. So they're super light, and you know, lighter tire, lighter wheel, obviously you're gonna see a performance gain, but nothing that I can measure realistically. So to answer your question, in a real world scenario where people are buying these wheels to put bigger tires on, you're not gonna see a performance gain. It's not the wheel's fault, but it's the tire's fault usually. And that goes with any wheel. You put a bigger tire on, that's where most of the weight comes from. So there's not much of a performance gain unless you go the route that I did, which I don't recommend because these tires are garbage. Question number 5 is actually a question that I had when I first started modifying trucks, because I did start modifying the trucks when I was like 19, so kind of a dumb question, but I've seen the question come up more often than not. Do you need to do any special maintenance to these wheels? No. That is only with like fancy schmancy chrome wheels. These black wheels, like I said, I've had them for a year and I have washed them, I promise you, like 5 times at most. And that's after they sit in dirt for the longest time. And they still look really, really good. Obviously, if you want to protect, you know, your investment, then I would wash them more often than that. But at least as of right now, I've washed them 5 times at most. I don't think I have, but at most 5 times, and they look really, really good. So no special cares. I will say, you do need to get different lug nuts. I didn't know that. And I salute Trix for having them on their website as well, because when I purchased another set of wheels, I was super happy. I got the wheels, and when they came in, I took them to the tire shop, and I was embarrassed when they asked me for lug nuts, and I didn't have any because I didn't know. So now you know. If you buy wheels, you more than likely are going to need different lug nuts, and Trix offer them on their website. So as far as special care, that's pretty much it. The pros and cons. Let's get right into it. Honestly, I have more pros than cons, obviously, because if I didn't like the wheel, I would not be making a video bashing them. But the pros. First and foremost, affordability. When you're looking to modify your truck, wheels and tires are probably on the top of the list. I'm looking at putting new tires on these wheels, and the tires are like $1,400, just the tires. So it can get pretty pricey. And then you add another $1,500 for a set of wheels. You're like, you know what? My truck looks pretty dang good stock. So having Trix provide a good wheel, a good looking wheel at an affordable price, you know, it softens the blow a little bit. Now we just need to find a cheap tire if you're interested. These tires are pretty tragic. If you live in like Florida, not even Florida because it snowed over there, but if you live in Florida when it's not snowing, then these wheels are all right. Evo Lux, I think they're all right. I mean, they're okay. I am so sorry to interrupt your video, but something just happened. This is a behind the scenes look at what goes on for like a regular video shoot. I just got a bunch of stuff plugged in. Nonetheless, the video's not about that, but I have to interrupt you because, well, I was interrupted. As you can see, my camera broke. So the wind pushed the tripod over, this tripod right here, and it pushed it over and it broke. So let me try to turn it on. It just looks blurry. So if you're a camera person, let me know what kind of lens I should get. This is a Canon M6 Mark II. Continuing the video, this is what we're running with. Just my iPhone, this dingy little tripod, and the mic. Let's get into it. So the second thing that I'm really enjoying about these wheels is the looks. I know when you think about a budget-friendly option, you don't normally think that you're gonna get a pretty good-looking product. And this Trix wheel definitely does not disappoint. Number 3 has to be variety. On their website, they are always growing. So when I first picked up these wheels, there were only these wheels. Now they have a different set for Toyota Tundras. The good thing is they do have 2 sets, I believe now, for the Toyota Tundra, but they also have them in a bunch of different colors, which is super nice to have just because, well, if you want to go for more of a like a popping color, then you can definitely go with like a silver or a bronze. Me personally, I had plans of like blacking out the truck, and I thought the black wheels would look really good, and still happy with it, but variety is a plus. So now let's talk about the cons. Honestly, there's only one con, and that is the fact that the wheel is black. So this wheel being black looks really, really good in person. It makes it look super aggressive, real mean machine, but it's not very photogenic. I have to do a lot just to get it to pop out. The wheels being black, like right now, it's kind of hard to see the wheels. So that's the only thing. Is the color. That's my only gripe. Me personally, in person, I think they look great. As far as trying to show them off on social media, it's a little bit difficult to do so. Other than that, I have no complaints. Last but not least, Trix. They are an absolute unit of a company. Oh look, the charger's hanging out of the back of the truck. Maybe it's just me, but seeing a company post on social media means a lot. It lets you know that they're active and they're not just, I don't know, not active, but also they interact with people who buy their products. I'm not saying if you buy it, they're going to interact with you, but if you buy their products and you're consistently posting stuff on their Instagram, tagging them, then maybe one day they'll like it. And by one day, I mean they do it pretty frequently. So whenever I post and I get like 1 to 2 likes on Instagram, I get super stoked when Trix, likes it or leaves a fire emoji. It just makes you feel that much better about your product. Also, being that they're based in the United States, you can reach out to them and they can actually respond in a timely manner. So Trix as a company, I cannot say enough good things about them. I definitely see them getting more and more popular as time progresses, but that's all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys in the next one.